Let me ask you something. Do you have a message you want to share with the world, but something keeps stopping you? Maybe it's the fear of being judged, or maybe the fear of being misunderstood, or maybe putting yourself out there and having people say, "Who does she think she is?" Like the fear of being judged, the fear of being too visible, too loud, too much. Or maybe it's the opposite, the fear of being completely ignored, speaking into the void and hearing nothing back. Either way, Harry Potter has been through it all. And across the 7 books, he shows us exactly what the journey from the invisible to fully seen actually looks like. Today we decode visibility through the wizarding world, and I think by the end of this video you might just feel a little more ready to be seen. Are you ready? Welcome witches, wizards and magical souls. I solemnly swear that your magic is limitless. So Harry Potter's visibility problem begins before he can walk. At 1 year old, without his consent, without his understanding, without any choice whatsoever, he becomes the most famous person in the wizarding world. The boy who lived, the chosen one. The infant who defeated the Dark Lord. He grows up completely unaware of all this. And then at 11, he steps into Diagon Alley for the first time, at the Leaky Cauldron, and people stare. They whisper. They reach out to touch his car. And what is Harry's reaction? Discomfort, confusion, a deep, persistent wish to just be normal. This is the first kind of visibility, the kind you have never asked for. And J.K. Rowling knew this feeling immediately because she wrote Harry's discomfort with fame during the years when she herself was completely unknown. And yet, in a way, she was writing her own future. Because when Harry Potter exploded, she found herself suddenly, overwhelmingly, uncomfortably visible, surrounded by people who wanted a piece of her story. The early book carry that ambience everywhere. Fame as a burden, visibility as something that happens to you, recognition as something that makes you want to hide rather than step forward. If it sounds familiar, maybe it's because many of us carry this feeling too, even without the lightning scar on your forehead. The sense that being seen is dangerous, that standing out invites attack, that it's safer to stay small and quiet and under the radar. Harry's journey across the 7 books is the journey out of that feeling, and it starts with recognizing the 2 traps. So before Harry finds his own authentic relationship with visibility, J.K. Rowling shows us 2 perfect examples of what not to do. Trap number 1, Gilderoy Lockhart. Lockhart loves being visible. He lives for it. He has written 7 best-selling books. His face is on every cover of the books. His smile is carefully calibrated. His robes are perfectly coordinated. He is completely, spectacularly fake. And every adventure he claims as his own is actually accomplished by someone else, whose memory he has erased. He is not a great wizard. He is a great performer of greatness. Lockhart is the shadow side of visibility, the version built entirely on image, on performance, on saying, "Look at me," without having any real underneath. And something in there is fascinating. Hermione, who is brilliant, discerning Hermione, is completely taken in by him at first. Because Lockhart knows exactly how to present himself. He knows what people want to see, and he gives it to them. But it doesn't last, and it never does. Trap number 2 is Rita Skeeter. Rita Skeeter is the critic, the journalist who twists your words, invents your emotions, builds a narrative about you, and that has nothing to do with who you actually are. She arrives in the Goblet of Fire and immediately begins constructing a version of Harry for the public consumption. Vulnerable, tragic, heroic, that Harry doesn't recognize at all. It's not himself. And her articles spread. People believe them, and Harry's reputation shifts based on the words he has never said. J.K. Rowling has spoken openly about her own difficult relationships with journalists. The experience of being misinterpreted, misrepresented, of watching interviewers build a story about her that felt foreign and invasive. And all of that while she put it into Rita Skeeter. Because this is the second trap of visibility. The terror of being misrepresented, of losing control of your own story, of having someone else decide who you are for the people watching. Both of these traps, Lockhart and Skeeter, lead to the same place: hiding or performing, neither of which is actually being seen. But everything is going to change at the end of Goblet of Fire. Voldemort returns. Harry witnesses it, and suddenly visibility is no longer about fame or discomfort or journalists twisting his words. It's about something that matters, that actually matters a lot to him. Harry has a message, a real one, urgent one. Voldemort is back. The world needs to know. And the world, led by the Ministry of Magic and the Daily Prophet, doesn't want to hear it. They call him a liar, an attention seeker, a disturbed teenager, traumatized by the Triwizard Tournament. They mock him, they discredit him, they do everything in their power to make his message disappear. And here is where Harry's relationship with visibility transforms completely. Because now he's not visible despite himself. He's visible because of something he believes in, something bigger than him, something that matters more than his comfort or his reputation or what people think about him. And Dumbledore stands beside him. He is also mocked, also discredited by the Ministry, also stripped of his Order of Merlin, removed from his position, the Maggot and everything. And he is willing to lose everything rather than stay silent about something true. This is the moment the saga shows us what real visibility looks like. It's not about Lockhart's performance, it's not the discomfort of unwanted fame, it's the visibility in service of something that matters. Visibility in the service of a vision, of something that is greater than you. And yes, it costs them, and it costs them enormously. The attacks come, the criticism come, the isolation comes as well, but here is what I want you to notice. Neither of them stop, because the message is bigger than the discomfort. The mission is bigger than the fear. And they know, even in the hardest moments, that there are people out there who need to hear what they are saying. So now, here is something I find very interesting about how the Wizarding Resistance organizes itself. You have two parallel structures. You have the Order of the Phoenix, working in the shadows, secret meetings, coded messages, invisible operations, necessary, powerful, effective, but deliberately unseen. Harry and Dumbledore out in the open, named, targets, criticized, the visible face of a message the world needs to hear. And here is what J.K. Rowling is quietly telling us. Both of these are necessary. Both are valid, and they work best together. Some of us are built to be visible, to stand in front, to speak loudly, to be the face of a message. And some of us do our most powerful work behind the scenes, building, supporting, creating the infrastructure that makes the visible work possible. Neither is better or braver, they're just different expressions of the same commitment. The question is not, should I be visible? But the question is, what is my role in this? Where can I contribute most authentically? And for those of you who do feel called to be visible, who have a message, a perspective, a creative vision that wants to be shared, Harry's journey in Book 5 gives you the roadmap. Harry keeps speaking about his truth, even when he's mocked or when he's ignored, even when Dumbledore himself won't meet his eyes. He keeps saying it. Voldemort is back. This is real. We need to be ready. And he is determined. He is convinced. And something extraordinary is going to happen. Because people start to find him. Not everyone, not the majority, but the ones who are ready, the ones who have been thinking the same things or feeling the same things, waiting for someone to say it out loud, they come and they gather around him. And Dumbledore army is born like this. A community of people united, not by a house or a background, not by how popular they are, but by a shared belief, a shared commitment, a shared willingness to prepare for what is coming. And Harry, who spends years feeling alone in his visibility, alone in his message, suddenly finds himself at the center of something alive, This is what happens when you keep showing up with something real. You don't attract everyone, but you attract your people. The ones who need to hear exactly what you're saying, in exactly the way you say it. The ones who will become your community, your army, your Dumbledore army, your reason to keep going. But only if you speak first. And then there's Luna, Luna Lovegood, who never once adjusted herself to be more acceptable to the people around her. She believes what she believes. She says what she says. She wears the things she wears, and she sees the things she sees, and doesn't spend a single moment worrying about whether any of it fits the image that other people have of what a witch should be. And yes, she gets laughed at a lot, and her stuff is getting stolen, and she eats lunch alone sometimes, and she is completely, radiantly fine. Because Luna's security doesn't come from the others' approval, but it comes from something inside. A deep, unshakable sense of, I know who I am, and that is enough. And because of that, the right people can find her. Harry, Ginny, Neville. The people who can see her clearly and love what they see. Luna doesn't become visible by trying to be visible. She becomes visible by being so completely, unapologetically herself that the people who need her can't help but find her. That is the deepest lesson in the entire episode. No strategy or performance, not carefully crafted content, but radical authenticity. This is Luna's lesson, showing up as yourself, fully, without apology, and trusting that the people who need you will find you. So here is the arc of Harry's visibility journey in one breath. Visible by accident, uncomfortable with it, performing it wrong, Lockhart's way, attacked for it, Skeeter's way, and then finding a message worth being visible for, being mocked for it, staying visible anyway, and watching his people find him. This journey is available for you too, and not because you have a scar or you have a prophecy about you, but the arc from hiding to performing to something real. You have a message, I know you do, otherwise you wouldn't have been here watching a video about Harry Potter and personal growth at whatever hour it is where you are. And the world needs to hear it. Not from a perfect, polished, Lockhart version of you, but from a real one. So please tell me below in the comments, what message have you been holding back? And what would it mean to finally let it seen? I'm Alice. I'll see you next week. And until next time, remember, the one chooses the wizard, but you chooses everything else. May your choices be your magic.